My name's John Bates, and I've been involved with Virtual Worlds since about 1994, and I'm currently the the representative for MindArc in the Americas, doing strategic marketing and business development. I think one of the things that's really exciting for me about beginning with the internet and then getting more specific to 3D virtual worlds is that human beings are collaborative. Like one of the reason we survived as a species and have thrived as a species is because of our ability to collaborate with each other. So the internet was like standing up and freeing our thumbs for collaboration. And I think you've seen over the past 10 years of what's been going on with the internet that's happening. So the human genome's mapped. Like that used to be impossible. And then it was done. Big change really quickly. And so the internet's done a lot for us collaboratively. Now 3D virtual environments are taking another aspect of humanity that's really big for us, which is 3D environments, right? Like we're used to 3D environments. We're used to remembering that I put that down over here and this thing's over there. And it's the way that Roman orators used to remember their speeches. They'd walk through a house in their mind, and each thing that they would touch or interact with in that house was a part of their speech. So we've been using 3D for a long time, like millennia. We're used to it. We know how it works. So to bring collaboration, which began with the internet, into a 3D environment which leverages our spatial abilities, I'm excited to see what happens. Vint Cerf said the first 1% of all great things that have ever been done on the internet have been done. Like, what's the other 99%? And I think that's a lot of that's going to be happening in virtual environments.
Excellent. Thanks so much.
Well, I think that one of the things that probably people don't talk about as much, but that maybe is implicit in where we're going, is the combination of virtual worlds and the real world. Like I think right now we're in a stage where a lot of what's going on in 3D virtual worlds is fantasy and living out things that you can't do in real life and exploring aspects of your personality that you wouldn't want to bring out in real life and those kinds of things. And that's great, and I think that's exciting and interesting, and I think that there's a positive aspect to that actually for humanity. I think that once our fascination with that aspect starts to wane, you're going to see a lot more like what is possible in reality, like in physical, real world reality, from this merger of the human being and the avatar. What's really going to happen as we merge those two? Because we're on some level we're always going to bring it back to real life because we eat here and sleep here and breathe here. So I have no idea what it's going to look like, but I think that there's going to be a lot of really heavy duty coming together of these things that's going to forward what we're up to as human beings.
Okay. And
I think, probably this is going to echo what a lot of people are saying, but I'd like to see ease of use. I'd like to see something that's as intuitive as my CD player to get around and interact in the virtual world. I'd like to see it become as intuitive for me to run around in a 3D networked virtual environment as it is for me to run around in a physical environment that I'm used to. Imagine what would be possible if 90% of your time wasn't spent trying to figure out which button to push to do that or go there or, deal with all that stuff. And, gaming is making that a lot more intuitive. I mean, part of it's that I'm in my 40s and not 14 that I would say that, but I also think that making that intuitive leap, making it just much more intuitive, even if you grew up in Penguin World and Habbo Hotel, making it way more intuitive to get around in virtual worlds is going to make a huge difference in terms of how much they're going to actually contribute back to our real lives.
thank you for your time,
Yeah,
sir.
my pleasure. Great to talk with you
definitely.
guys.